God is set to bless us in unusual ways as we align ourselves to receive. We will go through ways in which we will learn ways to align and position ourselves when He comes with our blessings, so we do not miss out or be distracted. His blessings are associated to protection, guidance, and lead you to the right path and happiness. His blessings come with joy, fulfillment, and they bring no sorrow. When God does His things, they come in unimaginable ways. For He said He is creating something new in our lives, roads in deserts, streams in thirsty lands, and in indescribable ways, so great that when men see them, they say, "Surely this is the hand of the Lord." Anything unusual is something different from normal and does not happen always. It is rare, and it is a supernatural permission. God is doing them in our lives, great blessings ranging from unusual favors, healing, breakthroughs, victory, and wealth. To access the unusual, you must strive for the unusual, which includes sacrifice, living a life of purity, holiness, humility, righteousness. Pray always to unlock these blessings and create no space for laziness and procrastinating. Dwell in the place of prayer to call them forth. Remaining in God is remaining in His blessings. You cannot be connected and aligned to God and dwell in lack or ill health. He is a God that blesses. He has promised to bless anyone that remains in Him. Just like a tree planted by the river cannot dry up except the water dries. And our God and Father cannot dry up or fail, so therefore, when you remain in Him, you are in for unending life of blessing. In the book of 1 Samuel 16, verse 1 through 14, the Lord chose him to be king. He was anointed to be king. Samuel poured the oil on David's head while his brothers watched, and at that moment the Spirit of the Lord took control of him and stayed with him from then on. From a young boy who took care of sheep to a king, David experienced many unusual blessings that he even exposed how we can enter the realm of unusual and uncommon blessings. It is your birthright if you walk and obey the Lord. In the book of Psalms 128, verse 1 through 6, he listed them out. The Lord will bless you if you respect Him and obey His law. A way to live and walk in unusual blessings. He mentioned unusual favors that will work for you if you obey the Lord. He said your fields will produce and you will be happy and all will go well. Your wife will be fruitful as a grapevine. Just as an olive tree is rich with olives, your home will be rich with healthy children. He also talked on prosperity for the days of your life, and lastly, long life, long enough to see your grandchildren. These are wonderful, unusual blessings that will come your way when you do the needful, and your reward for being faithful to God. Another person that enjoyed unusual blessings was Ruth. In the book of Ruth, we saw how she enjoyed unusual blessings, moved from a widow to a great symbol and a great grandmother of David. We saw her loyalty to Naomi. She would have walked away and left Naomi as Orpah did and went back to her people, but she refused to let her mother-in-law go. She made the sacrifice of standing by her till the end. She left her people behind and went to a land she knew nothing about. And this act brought favor and blessing. She did not run around searching for another man to marry, but God brought the right man for her. Lastly, let us take a look at Joseph. Genesis 39, 40 and 41. After Joseph was sold to Egypt, Potiphar soon realized that the Lord was helping him to be successful in whatever he did. He liked Joseph and made him his personal assistant. And the Lord blessed Potiphar's family and fields. He was well built and handsome, and soon Potiphar's wife noticed him. She asked him to have sex with her, but he refused. Joseph would have taken this opportunity to lay with Potiphar's wife because she sure was beautiful, but he refused. He said, "I will not sin against God by doing such a terrible thing as this." She lied against him, and he was thrown to prison because of that. 3 years later, the king had a dream, and all his magicians could not interpret it. The king's personal assistant remembered Joseph, and Joseph appeared before the king. With the help of God, he was able to interpret the dream and gave a solution to solve the problem. The king and his officials liked this plan. He took off his royal ring and put it on Joseph's finger. He gave him fine linen clothes to wear and placed a gold ring chain around his neck. He also made Joseph ride in a chariot next to his own. So Joseph was the governor of Egypt. What a good God! Unusual blessings from prison to palace, glorious. Joseph did not eat his tomorrow by sleeping with the wife of the king, but he made a choice. That was his sacrifice, the price he paid. He refused to say yes. The Lord remembered him, lifted him up, and blessed him. If he had said yes, we would not have known of his glorious end. All these are people who experienced unusual blessings. It is to let us know that God is set to do the unusual in our lives. But all of this doesn't just happen. There are things you will have to do to unlock and unleash them, just as we have seen from the examples. Prayer, which is very necessary. Faith in Christ Jesus. And another important thing is that you must be ready to make sacrifices, and through them you draw God's attention. And know this, God will not give a blind eye to your sacrifices. 3 John 2. Beloved, I pray that in every way you may succeed and prosper and be in good health, physically, just as I know your soul prospers spiritually. Play your part and see God launching you into unusual blessings. Amen.